Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and we're back. Guys, we're taking a little ride on over to Indiana today. Having an open discussion about the Delphi situation. So please, thank you, and welcome to all of you. Please share this out, and thank you for joining us. And I will see you all in a minute as we get this show on the road. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I am sorry about that, guys. I was muted again. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hold on a minute. Flip flop these screens here. There we go. That's the way I'm comfortable with it. So, how's everybody doing? Hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday to you all. Great to see ya. Right. Yep, I always do that stupid muted thing. Come on in, guys. Grab a chair. And again, guys, if you will, please hit that like button on your way in. Leave a little DNA for me and you too, of course. It's great to see you all again. Saturday, Sunday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Enjoyed yourselves. Beautiful day outside today. I hope everybody's enjoying the weather when you can. It is like almost 60, almost 70 degrees here today, guys. It's crazy. Mama Bear is going to be joining me here, I guess, in a few. She had to run and do something real quick, but she will be here as we're going to be doing a open discussion about what's going on in the Delphi scenario, guys. So that's where we're going. So let me see who we got here with us today that graced us with their awesome presence. Mr. Philip Hughes, first and foremost, my friend, great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing wonderful. It's great to see you. Dane Crawford, welcome to you. Good to see you. Beyond the Pale, Miss Nellie's in the house. Yes. Welcome, Nellie. It's great to see you. Miss Kim Marin, good to have you here. LA's in the house. Welcome back to you. Tina B, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Wisdom Speaks, Miss Sherry, good to see you. Welcome. Good to have you here. Salty, True Crime Time is in the house. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you always. Country, welcome. Good to see you. It's a new name. Excuse me. Shelly Steer, welcome to you. Always a pleasure. Ro, welcome back. Great to see you. Good to have you here. Always a pleasure. Got me stumped. Same to you. Good to see you. Come on in. El Boricua, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Susie Storm, welcome back. Good to see you. Ghost of Low 12. Interesting. I love that name. Good to see you here. Good to have you here. Doodlebug, my Doodlebug's in the house. What's going on, Doody? Good to see you today. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, dear. Thank you for joining us. Miss Kells, always a pleasure to see you. Let me see. Who else do I have here? War Eagle, Roll Tide, Roll. What's going on? Good to see you. One of my awesome mods in the house. Good to see you. Good to have you. Thank you for joining me. Miss Brandy B, the OG, is in the house and never fails. Always. Thank you, Brandy, for being who you are. I appreciate you, dear, so very much. Oh, Lamana. Moni 69. Moni's in the middle. Where's she at? She's in the middle. Good to see you, Moni. Thank you for joining us. Josie West, a pleasure to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us. Again, Miss Felicity J. Hope you're having a wonderful day today and had a great weekend. Good to see you, Felicity. Thank you for joining us. Hit the bottom and see if I make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hi, Luna. One, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Peppermint Tea, welcome back to you. Miss Kara Willis, hello. How are you? Good to see you from over the pond. We got some over the ponders in here today. I love it, love it, love it. Welcome, welcome. Lisa Vallejo, welcome back to you. Great to see you today. Always a pleasure. I think I got everybody. If I didn't catch you, I will catch up with you here shortly. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all so very much. Come on in and grab a seat. Like I said, guys, we're going to be talking about the what's going on in the Delphi case. I wanted to have just an open discussion, generalized conversation about everything that we can talk about with it, because this case, Candy Girl, what's up, is a crazy case, folks. And one of the main questions I had with this one, just like a lot of people asked about what's going on in Idaho. How did they come about Mr. Richard Allen? Because it don't make sense to a lot of us. And just multiple other things I want to talk about. Some of the cameras and the this and that and this and just a little bit of everything, guys. Because we need to keep this case going, and we need to keep talking about it. Yeah, we can talk about how scary the judge is. That's no lie. We can talk about how scary what happened is, and the fact that there's other things going on, in my opinion, over there. And I want to talk about it, folks. I do. I've missed it. Last week was a rough week, folks. I'll be honest with you guys, the Audrey Cunningham thing really put me down. It did. I'm sorry. I was not myself last week, and that's why. Okay. I do take the cases with Hi Luna, thank you for that. Used to see me in the dark. I know. I do take the cases with the kids very personal, I guess you could say. What's up? Cluminati's in the house. Betty Boop, good to see you. What's going on? Clue and Clueless. What did she say? I just saw her. Clue, what'd you say? Would I be willing to participate in an anger management study? Why, sure. Why, sure I would. Cindy Kerf and Big Ohio Owl, what's going on? Good to see you. It's like we got 73 people with 35 likes, guys. Come on now. If you can, please make it match. Yes, last week sucked big time. That's a huge point. We had some good times over there with Clue. We had our music thing here to try to alleviate some of that stress from that, because it is stressful, you guys. It really is. And it's a new week, and we're gonna take a breath, expel it, and start a new week, guys. I'm sure. What did you say? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotcha. Running a little bit late, guys. I had to run to the grocery store and I lost track of time. So my apologies. I'm a little behind on my time. Anybody else just jumping in here? Thought I saw somebody else. I'm trying to catch it. Nah, no worries, country. I think I'm going to throw something on the grill myself today. It's such a nice day out here. Wishing for spring, you know. Miss Vicky Harrison, good to see you. Miss Firefly's in the house. Thank you for joining us, ma'am. Good to see you today. It is heartbreaking. I agree with that one. I do. They're rough, guys. Those cases are rough, and I don't know why I took that one so harsh. I don't know why. Something about that one just triggered me for some reason. I was just having a bad week. So I don't know. Either way, I worked through it, had the weekend to relax, enjoy it with my family. And here we are. So come on in, grab a chair, guys. If you can, please, please. We're at 81 peeps now. Hit the like button. We only got 43 likes. We got to get this out in that algorithm so this can make its way around to everybody. Okay. For sure. And I think that's what my biggest problem is. I agree with you, Felicity, because it was preventable. It's bugging me. Miss Carolyn Miller, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Vicky. Oh, okay. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I agree with you, Felicity. That does make sense to me. Miss Clue says she was sick this weekend. I hope you're feeling better. Definitely. Yeah, and I think and I'm a little bit nervous, I'll be honest with you, because I started following the Elijah Vu case. I'm sorry. Well, I have a bad feeling, and I know it's going to hit me the same way. It reminds me, it's really, really got some Quentin Simon vibes to that case. It does. So I'll be updating us on that as well when it goes down, when the things go down with it. It's great to see you too, Carolyn. Let me see here. Who the hell lets a criminal have custody and doesn't check on their kids that are living in a car? Great point. Great point. Very, very good point. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it's cold there, Nelly. Oh, I'm excited because of our weather, but I hope nobody else is suffering because of that. The cold stuff. I don't see anybody else. 82 people here, 46 likes. Come on, guys. Let's please, please, if we can, please make it match so we can get this in the algorithm. It needs to be seen by everybody. I bet it did. I heard about that. The Roberta Laundrie deposition. I heard it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. Well, let me see if I can fix that. Hopefully. I hope I zoomed my camera out. Hopefully it's not that close. We need a favorite things by Dago live video to lighten up things with all these streams. Yeah. Well, we did a music stream the other day to try to avoid some of that, and it turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. Most everybody seemed to be. And it helps to relieve a little bit of it. But we're gonna keep going. Evie Marie, what's going on with you? Good to see you. Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable. I'm kind of waiting just a few minutes. Bear with me to see who else jumps in here before I get rolling. The quiz night, yeah, that was fun too. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff with you guys. Like I said, it breaks up the monotony in some ways, and it keeps things a little less harsh after we deal with what we deal with. You know what I mean? So we're going to review a bit of video that was in a series that was out because one of the main things I want to talk about is this bridge guy. There was a series dropped on the CW channel, and they did an interview with one of Ron Logan's ex-girlfriends, and she swears to God that that's him. That's his voice. That's his walk. That's him, period. And he did this. So, I'm just saying, it was quite interesting, guys. If you haven't checked it out on the CW network or the app, whatever it is, please check it out. It's interesting as hell. Miss Dakota, good to see you. Yeah, make sure you're feeling better, Clue. Can you tilt your camera down just a slight bit so your chin doesn't cut off when you pin comment? Yeah, I can do that. Sorry. Is that better? Here we go. Oh, thank you, Licity. Yeah, it's definitely shorter, a little different looking, but thank you. Good deal. I'm glad that helps out. Well, geez, LA, you're gonna make me blush. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And thank you, Nellie. That woman, yeah, she is. She's absolutely convinced. No matter what you tell her, she said that's it. She's convinced, and it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder. I've questioned. I only saw the one, Sherry. If there's another girlfriend that said it, I only saw the actual one. And that's what the problem is that Ron Logan's alibi was confirmed. I was talking to somebody else about it this morning, and I said, well, that's the problem. But, and I'm not trying to put anything out there that's not fact-based, guys. Understand this. But, if there was a second person involved, because that's a lot to go on for one person to handle, I'm curious, And he did, Nelly, he asked his cousin to lie for him. Oh, okay. So there were two. Thank you, Salty. I didn't know that second one. And thank you, Sherry, because I didn't know that either. But the second, two girlfriend statements made at different times. There we go. And he was very viable. Yes, he was not a nice person. It was his property. The guy, don't get me wrong. The guy, from what we've seen of the bridge guy, it's very hard to say yay or nay. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, he was definitely. It was definitely verified that he was on the road heading to this fish store around 3:50 that day. Okay, that's fine, but there's other things too that could be possibilities in his situation. So I don't know. Did anyone else notice that when he was asked to say down the hill, he delivered that? Yeah, he did. I agree with that one. I thought he sounded completely different than what he probably would have if he just said it in a normal way. Now that I don't know if that's just me wanting to hear something like that, and that's a good point right there too. He was on his property though at the same time that the girls were on the bridge. I'm struggling with this, guys. I'm struggling with this. I don't know how many of you guys are in this case now. I know quite a few people have started getting into it, which I'm grateful for because the whole world needs to see this for what it is. And there's a lot to it. There's a lot. And I've tried to go back to pretty close to the beginning and get a lot of you guys caught up with it. But, time is going by and we're forgetting things. And that's why I want to keep talking about this so that we can keep it as warm as we can. Carolyn says she truly thinks that Logan suffered dementia. Okay. I mean, that's possible too. I agree with that one right there. The Indiana justice system threatens. I'm right with you on that one. There's a lot to this case, guys. I got a lot of things going on in my head about it. Right, that's what I was just exactly what I was just saying. He was on the road at 3:50 heading to Lafayette, going to that fish store to pick up these fish. And if we remember the whole scenario that he had his cousin lie about and all this other stuff, okay. So there, the guy's not a nice person to begin with. We know that. What are you doing? Come here. You gonna run from me because I'm in the chair? Of course you are. This dog in this chair. He don't like me in this chair. I don't know why. I like to see more videos of how they wear their jeans. Yeah, no, I got you. And then there's some other questions I have. Actually, I was talking to Salty this morning. She brought up a huge thing for me. That there was the Hoosier Harvesters video, okay, where they showed different things, this and that, and everything else that are pertaining to the case, and you saw Betsy's car coming and going and stuff like that. But one thing you don't see that really was like a light bulb is if you, and I've never seen it talked about, and it could be that it's there and that they just haven't showed it, but I doubt that, considering. But you see all these other things, but you don't see anything that has to do with Richard Allen coming or going or coming up the road or anything. I wonder why. If you can see all that other stuff, you should, in my opinion, be able to see that, and we don't. So, what does whose shirt say? Oh, the dog's hoodie. What does his hoodie say, Caden? His hoodie says redneck roots. So these are all questions I have and all questions I'd like to talk about because they bug me. They're things that I sit and I think about, or I'll have conversations with other people about, it's just like, come on, why aren't these things so easy? If this is the guy, why are these things questions? Why aren't these things so easy to answer? Mm-hmm. Is exactly what I mean. That car, we were talking about that this morning. If that camera shows that other stuff, then that should show him, if he did that and he was there, it should show him walking back, heading back to his car. Hey, Smiling Sleuth, good to see you. And that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing, guys. Beyond the Pale saying all the cars in the PCA do not match Allen's. Okay. And what would I'm gonna see here? Hold on. There's just a lot of timeline things that are off to me. There's just a bunch of stuff, guys, and I want to open it up and we can all talk about it and question the things we question and see what we can come up with, guys, because it needs talked about by everybody. One thing I am going to show you guys is that clip of that interview with the girlfriend about Ron Logan. I want everybody to see that. I'm probably going to get flagged for it, but I'm going to try. Otherwise, Indiana has an actual serial killer because crimes from Indianapolis to Florida, Delphi, president. Yeah, I've thought about since I covered Flora, it's kind of made me a little bit leery about certain things too. Okay. And of course, Mama Bear lives out that way and she's like, yeah, there's some crazy things that go on this way. So I don't know, guys. There's a lot. And she's looking into things herself too. She will be here eventually. I got a lot of questions. That's all I can say. A whole lot of questions and no answers to go with them. And, of course, I have other questions in regards to the, what's the word? The constitutional issues that are going on with the case as well. So I figured why not have just a wide open discussion about the entire thing. Whatever we want to touch on, we're going to touch on. That's my point. We got 103 people in here now with only 56 likes. Come on, you guys. Listen, it doesn't cost anything. Just pretend like you like me at the very least. Come on. You guys can do that. You guys can do that. Please. That way this gets out there, guys. All right. We had 103 people, 98 now. Jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out. Thank you guys, by the way, for those of you that are just watching. I do appreciate you guys so very much, by the way. KT, what it do? What's going on? What's happening? Thank you for joining us today. It's very much so. It's worse than the Idaho scenario, okay? It is way worse. And that's what the question about how they got to him is one of the biggest issues is. What did you say? You had a dream last night? It was some kind of video game simulation and a billboard in the dream, and it said free Richard Allen. Mind you, I know nothing about this case. Well then, that's kind of wild. Definitely. Well, there you go. See, that tells you need to be listening today. Then that's what point is. Yes. Thank you, War Eagle guys. Appreciate that. Crystal, welcome. Good to see you today, dear. All right. Oh, good God, yes. This case definitely, Sherry said that this case surpasses Idaho 1,000 times over. Absolutely. Just based on the constitutional issues that have happened to the suspect that's in custody, that alone is beyond anything that Idaho even has. JCN, good to see you. But like I said, just like we've talked about with Idaho, that Ian Taylor talks about how she wants to know how they got to Brian Koberger. There's some ways that can be explained. You tell me how they got to Richard Allen, because I can't figure it out. And I know multiple other people that can't figure it out either because it don't make no sense. And that's why these things need to be seen for what they are, period. By the way, guys, if you don't have any membership, please open up your gifting so that you can accept gifts just in case somebody were to put memberships out. That way you can receive one and become a member, be a meatball and jump in a sauce with the rest of us. Keep that open if you will. Please. Let's see. Carolyn says, the question for me is Abby's boyfriend an arsonist. Did the girls know about Flora? Were the girls witnesses? That's an interesting concept, Carolyn, for real. That's quite interesting. Hold on here. Yeah, the Odinistic. I've been looking into that. Mama Bear's been looking into it. I know a couple other people that have been looking into it. The Odinistic thing is a real thing there, folks. But it's not. Again, we've always got to explain this. If the group, they're called heathens. That's where the problem is. Okay, that's what the real problem is. This group of heathens that are involved in that area. So Indiana recently arrested a man in Indianapolis for the stabbing deaths of two different women about 50 years old. That's not a good thing at all. At all. I agree with that too, Nelly. I really do. Thank you, Sherry. Please be. Yeah, when Mama Bear had actually probably her first live stream Saturday morning. I missed it, unfortunately. And she has a channel going, guys. If you will, please check it out. It's called Crime Time with Mama Bear. Please go over there. There's the link. Thank you, Sherry. Subscribe. Show your love. That's going to be great because you guys know she's great. So please, please, if you will, we're going to be doing more stuff over there at her channel too. For sure. What the hell is Odinism? It is, I did a couple shows on it, KT. It's an actual religious based thing that people, how can I explain this? The problem is the Odinism is not, that's being referenced here is not really Odinism, okay? It's a based on the pagan religion and things like that, okay? I've done a couple shows to explaining it, but what they've done is somebody has taken an Odinistic religion and they've twisted it and turned it into this ball of crap, and they're using that to display things that they want to do, not display, but to put things out and do things that they want to do, and they're trying to label it that, and that's not what it is. It's the group, like I said, they're called heathens. There's a I'm trying to think of the way to say this too. Thank you. It's based on an old Nordic religion, okay? But what they're doing has nothing to do with that. It's horrible that they've even used that. But that's what it is. Now, I lost my train of thought, folks. I'm sorry. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. That's the group is what they're called, the Heathens of Indiana. Thank you, Salty. And it's not anything like what the Odinistic religion is. That's the problem, okay? And I feel bad even claiming that the Odinistic thing because it's really not. But what did you say, Teresa? Welcome, by the way, Kelly Steer. Good to see you as well. Which is weird. He worked at. Wait, he actually worked in a drugstore. He worked at a CVS. But you're right. Nobody pointed him out for 5 years that went into that store that saw that poster on the wall multiple times. I've said that before. Why? You know, if you're looking at this and everybody thinks that looks like him, and then you look at him, because they don't match. I'm sorry, they don't. That's a good point, though. Yeah, he worked at a pharmacy. I'm sorry, a CVS. What did you say here, Teresa? Because he came forward right away and said that he was at the trails until 1:30, and of course Dan Doolin didn't record it, so he suddenly recalls Richard Allen telling him after 5 to 6 years. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a good point, Teresa. Thank you. They've lost interviews with other people. Come on, guys. None of this is right. None of this is right. And then, of course, you know, there was an election coming and things. I mean, all of those things, you can put it into that little basket and just keep carrying it around, but none of it makes sense to me. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. And thank you to anybody that's donated to those links to support the channel. It is still very much appreciated. God bless you all for that. That keeps me going. So thank you for that. Yes, KT. Yes. Let me see. I mean, it sure does look like that, Teresa. And I got to tell you guys, I said this before, but I'm really starting to look down at the prosecution as far as the fact that I think they're doing some things they shouldn't be. And I know I shouldn't be saying that, but it's how I feel, and it's only my opinion, and I have a right to that. So, just my thoughts. I mean, it's very possible, Moni, but I just don't know. I just don't know. Welcome back, Clue. Yep, that's another point. The prosecutor and Brad Holder, which is another person of interest, in my opinion, are both suspects. That's fact. Um, I'm sorry, persons of interest, I should say, are both Masons. I'm sorry. Hello?
Hi.
You didn't scare me. Nice try, though. Your little thing kind of caught me off guard, but you didn't scare me. It was a good try. Welcome.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm good.
There's that link again, guys. Mama Bear's link to her channel. Please check it out. If you haven't yet, go over, subscribe, show the love, and hopefully there'll be more shows popping out of there soon. I'd like to get over there myself and do some stuff with you.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
For sure. You be the leader, and I can just sit there and go, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'll be your assistant. I'll be your assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be. I personally think it's a little weird that people saw Ellen on the trail, but not a random group of Odinists. Well, see, I don't think that it was like that. I don't think they came out and were wearing shirts that said, "Hey, we're Odinists." I don't think it was like that, but I think some of the stories that were out there are need to be looked at. I'll just put it that way. If you're sick, that's probably why, Clue. Probably
Hi,
haven't been
guys.
doing well. All right. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do there, Vicky. Thank you. 112 people in the house. And the live chat. Push the thigh like something. Jump back in the live chat. Let's get the algorithms going. Yep, we got 70 likes now. We're almost there. This stuff needs to get out there. Another issue is the fact that the sketch that came out for the younger guy that was on the bridge that nobody ever looked at for two. It took 2 years to release that. That's an issue for me. Why? Why did it take 2 years? It shouldn't have. It should have been something thrown out there right away. You see what I'm saying? Some of these things, these are the questions. Why, and why? I think it will. I see that's the other thing too. I definitely think that I don't know. I've always thought that the bridge guy himself and whoever said down the hill guys are possibly two different people. And I think that there may be two different voices on there too. That's very possible in my opinion. That's another one. Thank you. Miss Nellie's involved in this one for sure. She's been reading up on some stuff. There's not even a chain of custody for the bullet. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, I can definitely. Definitely can. So let me see here. Give me a second to pull up a couple things now that we got Mama Bear in here. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
And you had a good weekend too, I take it?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. That sketch 2, the younger face, was created on the 17th, which was just a few days after this happened. Why did they hold it back for 2 years? Come on. That's crazy, guys. None of that makes any sense.
What are you trying to say? We're a little slow here in Indiana?
I didn't say a word. You yourself have said there's some issues out there that you're not very fond of, but at least not where you're at, thank God.
No, it's not.
Let's see here. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you this interview between um, the CW network with Ron Logan's ex-girlfriend on here explaining a few things. I want you to see that first. We're going to listen to the Ron Logan saying down the hill for those of you that asked for that. You know, There's a lot of things we can touch on and talk about. You guys throw it out there, we're gonna do it. So thank you for that, Salty. Let me see here. 1 second. Okay, hold up.
Yep, Caroline, my home state.
This was pulled up,
Woohoo!
thrown into Banfield. As much as I don't, News Nation, as much as I don't want, I'd rather do that than the other. So hold on here. I'm gonna watch this real quick. Thank you, Doodle. Welcome, Yaya. Oh, I did it again. I don't know why I keep doing that. There we go. Heather Fitzgerald, good to see you. Never worry about being late. Never worry. Okay, here we go.
Joining me now, News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton. So Connie Dillman seems so confident about this. Like, what else makes her think that it's her ex-boyfriend who's the killer?
Yeah, this was a big moment tonight, actually. We've never heard from Connie Dillman before. This is all brand new. So this is something we've never heard before. And let's also not forget in all this that Ron Logan is dead, by the way, for people who are following along. He died of COVID. But she basically says that he is a bad man, that he is a violent man, that she thinks that he did it, that he was violent with her in the past. And as you heard in that clip, that when she heard that voice, she thought right away that it was Ron Logan. Listen to a little more of what she said for the first time tonight about what kind of man this is. It really is stunning to hear her tell that story for the first time. She's obviously very emotional. And again, she feels confident, Connie does, that the wrong guy may be locked up, which is pretty startling to think about.
Not only that, but Ron Logan had kind of a weird alibi. And from what I remember 7 years ago, it didn't really check out.
So weird. So he claimed to police that he was going to a town outside of Delphi to buy tropical fish and that he was with his cousin. But we later come to find out that when they looked into this, they talked to the cousin. The cousin didn't back that up. They were never able to clear that alibi, to figure out if it was true or not. And even to this day, it seems like he lied about where he went.
Pretty specific when you're mentioning tropical
Yeah.
fish, and easy to track that. But this is a small community, and they're not used to having double homicides, especially with kids. So, I mean, I've seen it happen. All right. So, what about the property? Like, they did look at his property. They actually did investigate, but I feel like it might have been a long lag.
They did, but it was a month after the murders.
Now, see, that's something I gotta say. That bugs me. I was talking to Salty this morning about some of that stuff. They investigated 2 other properties, okay, right directly after, okay, per se, and then they waited a month before they investigated the property they were found on. That's a little strange to me. That's what I said, Clue. That this guy doesn't look like somebody that's going to buy tropical fish. I always thought that was a strange story, but I mean, it is what it is. Good afternoon, Tomboy. I mean, I can see where people would think that rich guy looks like him. If you put one of those hats on him, one of those golf hats, I call them, okay, the same one that Brad Holder wears, same one that Richard Allen wore, whatever. It could be. I could see that. But yeah, the fish thing has always gotten under my skin a little. Like, what? You have fish? Do you talk to your fishies when you feed them? This guy doesn't come off to that as that guy to me. I'm sorry, but you don't know. I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. I'm not taking any call-ins right now, unknown or Walt, whoever you are. Either way, just not right now. Yeah, that's what I said too. He just doesn't come off to be like an Aquarian type guy. He looks like a guy that runs around with his dogs, if anything. And I don't know if that's true or not. He might have fish. Who knows? I could be completely wrong. It just seemed weird to me. Yeah, and the store was in Lafayette. So just strange to me. Strange. So yeah, but Enton does look like they either did a makeup job on him or something, but he looks a lot more weird than normal.
So think about it. A month has gone by. There's so much that could have been done out there at that property in that time. A month.
A month is a long time
yeah.
for anything.
Right.
The
there were a investigation, a lot of issues, and this just seems like it was another one.
But thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself because I'm muted again. I'm a ding
Like, why'd you get so quiet? What's going on?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I want to show you guys a little bit more than what they showed on there of that interview because I think it's important. As soon as I find it, though. Hold on here. There's that name again, Teresa Gosnell. I'm telling you. I don't mean to call you out, Teresa, but I swear it's going to drive me nuts. And you don't have to tell me exactly where, Teresa, but I have to ask this question. Are you from Pennsylvania? If you are, it's going to blow my mind. If you're not, then we'll move on. Hold on here.
The very day that I heard that Abby and Libby were murdered.
There's a little bit more on here. No, Wisconsin. Okay, good. Then we're good. I have a cousin that has the exact same name as you, first and last. So it weirded me out to see that because that last name is my mother's last name, and you don't see that name too often. So like, am I related to you? Very strange. Hey, SRB, good to see you. He raised Appaloosa horses and pygmy goats. Interesting. Okay, gotcha. I don't even think this is the full, but this is. Hold on here. All right.
The very day that I heard that Abby and Libby were murdered on his property, I said, oh my God, he finally killed somebody. And I knew that he killed Abby and Libby.
She swears to God, guys. She's on it. Like, that's her. She doesn't want to hear anything else. She thinks that's who did it. No worries, Teresa. No worries. That's my father and my mother's last name is Gosnell, and you don't see that name too many places, so that's why I had to ask. Let me see. And Wisconsin, we're definitely not from Wisconsin. We're from Ohio and Pennsylvania, so. That's why he was able to get out of prison early. He was having a hard time finding people to tend to his animals. Well, I don't know. I don't know. He's gone now, so let me see here. I guess it's not going to give me that. I can't play the whole interview because I'll get hit because it's CW. So let me see here. Don't you think it's odd? Richard Allen's wife never thought Bridge Guy was him, i.e., wasn't alerted yet. This lady is. I think Ron's voice is so similar in his gait and punch. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. All right, hold on, folks. Are you still there, Mama Bear?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Bear with me, guys. I just lost the download I had. I don't know where it went, but it went somewhere else, not to me. Let's see here. All right. This is something I wanted to show you a little bit on. Some of this stuff was kind of interesting.
Oh, well, thanks, SRB.
This is about Ron Logan. Okay. Something somebody put out there was really kind of interesting to me. And I'm showing this to you. I don't want you guys to just automatically think it's him because I'm showing you this. So it's just something to show you. That's okay. Again, I don't know if she heard me. I said, "Hey, SRB, good to see you." I hope you heard me. I just thought somebody that will hit somebody in the head with a crescent wrench, like what the hell is wrong with this person? That's gonna leave some marks and do
Right.
some damage. Like you got to be a little crazy to do some stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, just a little. It's 70 here today, Tomboy.
oh yeah, it's beautiful outside today. Okay, I just didn't make. I wanted to make sure you heard me. SR, that's all. Okay. Let's check this out real quick. This is in regards to Ron Logan. Like I said, this doesn't mean that I think that Ron Logan is Bridge Guy, that he's the one that did this, blah, blah, blah. It just shows there's a lot of moving parts in this case, guys. So it's just one more piece. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, CR.
And there's CR doing every time she's here. She does that. Thank you very much, CR. I appreciate you very much. Well, shoot. What did I just do here? Okay. And like I told you guys, make sure that you have the gifting open so that you can receive gifts. Please. Okay. Hold on a minute, guys. Something happened here. 1 second. I forget how to use a damn computer again. I think I did. Brandy Wine was gifted that one. That's awesome. Yoy. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Here we go. All right. This was put up by something called R&M Productions. It's pretty interesting, I thought. Let me know how the audio is, guys. Wow, I can't believe it's been 16 months. That's awesome.
Right?
Wow.
Hi. Are you Ron? Hi, Ron. We're from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah. We've been researching the Delphi case. Yeah. I bet you have a lot of people come through here.
Awesome. Congrats, Mr. B.
They
Thank you for that.
What have you found out? Anything? It's a tough one. Huh? It's a tough one. They screwed it up too bad this time. I don't think their bill's strong. What do you think they screwed up? Their investigation. What'd they do? Concentrated on people who didn't do anything too much. That's what you think? I know it's what happened. They were going to pin it on me. But you weren't home that day. They didn't find that. They didn't care. You don't understand. Nobody knew that until later. They didn't care. We need to solve this, and you're it. And you were in the hot seat. I was in the hot seat. And when they found out there was just too much against them, and not only they gave up, but they spent all that time pissing around on a driving without a driver's license and all that shit when they should have been looking for murder. Right. Yeah, you just had. They wasted all that money, millions of dollars. You went to the dump site that day. You went to the dump site. What the Lafayette? I was in Lafayette. What was going on? Right. Crazy. Oh, you're getting wet, aren't you? No. I got a faucet problem. Uh-oh. My pressure tank went out. I just replaced it a little bit ago. I got a brand new moving faucet, brand new, $100 and some. It's all plugged up with some crap from the dirty water, rusty water.
Now, see, this is Ron Logan, Nelly. Yes, I can hear his voice, and I could see how people could think it's him that says "down the hill." Okay, there's something about, and there's an inflection in his voice that you kind of hear it. I'll go back to it here after this, but yeah. It's very possible, sound wise. What do you think, Bear?
Yep.
I'm just saying, guys. It's interesting. Hey, cat ladies in the house? Good to see you. I hope you did too. Good to see all you guys. Thank you for being here. Missed you guys over the weekend. All right, moving on.
Oh, some of the plumbing in this house. Well, there's some beautiful homes along here. I need you. This whole area is beautiful. You're from Fort Wayne, huh? Yeah, we walked the trails a little bit. Yeah? It's beautiful. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a shame what happened. I'm not surprised. I thought this would happen. What? Not the murder, but when they put those trails in the middle of nowhere, I said, you're going to have all kinds of drug problems and all kinds of crap from this. This will draw every deviant in the world to it. I mean, we walked it a little bit. I was a little scared, because it was just us two. We're long gone. They're not going to do it again. Not here, anyway. Do you think they're from here? Oh, apart from somebody in the family for a long time. Did you really? Really. Why did you think that? Because it's too damn close. You can't see the forest from the trees. Right. Looking right at them, but the person who done that could have been on the search team to look for him when they were missing. Right. I mean, they had people out here in my woods that night that they were looking for him. All over that place. Just didn't find him. Now, why did you not find him? Yeah, I find that surprising too. And if that is a crime, with hundreds of people in my woods and walking up down the creek, tromping all over everything, what are you going to find? Right. Destroyed. Who found him? Huh? Who found him? Neighbor over here, Pat Brown. Is it she or he? Pat? Yeah, Patrick. Was he on the volunteer fire? No, just a neighbor. Yeah. Looking for him. And he found him. There was some other woman with him. Supposedly some people on the other side could look on my side of the creek and they saw clothing. So they called out and said, hey, there's some clothing down there, go check it out. So he went down over the hill and he saw me. So and they're right out in the open. I don't understand why they didn't find them the night before. Why did it take them?
Do you think they were there the night before?
Well, according to all the law investigators, they were. No one thinks it's homicide.
Yeah.
1000%, Carolyn.
I have no idea. It's the craziest.
Now, can you walk back there or no? Can you get back to where it happened?
It's not real easy, no.
Oh.
No, that's why it's such an odd. Okay, this where the bodies were is about 80 feet below where we're standing, and that side over there it goes down into a big valley and a big. Now, Deer Creek's way below us here,
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a big drop. Yeah.
No, you would have to. I don't know how you get there unless you make them walk there. How you gonna get them there?
Right.
I don't know.
The one thing about this I'm going to say is this guy seems to me, and it may mean nothing, guys. It's just me. He talks a lot, and he's talking a lot. Okay, he just keeps going on and on and on and on. It's like, okay, that doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't have to mean anything. I'm just saying it's something that like is interesting to me. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't have to mean a thing at all. Just saying, it's interesting to me. Yeah, that's my thought as well, that they had to have been moved 1000%. I agree with that, because there's no way I'm going to say this again for the millionth time I've said it. There's one of those girls was completely drained of all the blood in her body. There's no way that happened in that area and there's no blood there. There's not one drop of blood, folks. Nothing. No way. I'm sorry. Unless you got somebody to come down here with an IB and hooked it up and drained it that way. And the time it would take to do something like that, it didn't happen that way. Okay. And I'm just telling you, it doesn't make any sense. They had to have been moved from one place to this. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
At least one of them.
100%. Which, why would you move one and not the other? You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
He is off. I'm saying it, Clue. He's off. I agree with you. Mr. Steve was there, and he said from the end of the bridge. Mr. Steve is a great channel, by the way, guys. You guys should check it out. If I can get a link for it to drop, it's called TrueCrime Web, and his name is Steve. So Salty got me turned on to him, and I like watching his stuff. He's really good, and he was law enforcement, so he does speak on what he knows. So Mr. Steve was there. He said from the end of the bridge, you can see across the creek and into the woods. The person who spotted the girls did so from his phone once he noticed the deer and zoomed in. Okay. Thank you, Salty. It's a great point. Overnight, KT, they were gone right around 3. Or they went, yeah.
I think they were supposed to be picked up around 5.
Yeah, but they kind of made the timeline out to be right around 3, maybe is when something went down, possibly. That's a fact. Like I said, understand that there hasn't been any evidence showing that the bodies were moved yet, but it doesn't mean that they weren't taken somewhere and then brought back. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what I feel like. 3:30 was the pickup time. And then they were found the next morning. There it is. Thank you, Sherry. True Crime Web. There is the link, guys. Please go check this channel out. This gentleman does really good stuff over there. Really good stuff. So, and you won't be disappointed. It's very interesting the way he presents things and talks about things, so on and so forth. Thank you. And thank you for that, War Eagle. And thank you for anybody that has purchased anything off of the wish list. I really appreciate that. It helps me out in a lot of ways, guys, more than you know. Earlier pickup time was 3 p.m. There we go. And the Snapchat picture was taken at 2:13. See, I got a lot of peeps in here that know about this one. That's why we got to get it out there. That's what my thought was. That's why I felt comfortable being okay with the whole Odinistic scenario, Doodle, because of the blood scenario, and then the runes, and then just a lot of it, guys. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me keep this going.
2 14-year-old girls do something they don't want to do.
You know what? I've been a teacher for 10 years. I don't know. Somebody in authority that they'd have to listen to.
This is somebody in the family.
Or family, someone they knew. Or authority. Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Now, what messed them up, what brought all the public down on them, I mean, they really crafted their white hat, is when they completely turned 180 degrees down. 2 years later, they're not looking for an old guy like me. They're looking for a young fella.
Right.
Now, wait a minute. You're going to just look at me and say, oh, sorry, Ron. Sorry, Ron, for all the shit we did and pulled on you and all the false reports we made. Send you to prison for not driving without a driver's license. Who goes to prison for that?
How long were you there?
I got sentenced for 4 years and had to do 2.
You were in prison for 2 years? Just got out?
The people raised so much hell, they came and let me out, come home for house arrest last year.
Wow.
$500 a month.
To be on house arrest?
It's all money. All your justice is pure money. That's all it is. You got the money, you get the honey. You don't, you go to prison.
Wow, Ron. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm lost about everything. Completely. People came out here and stole shit because they knew I was gone.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, boy, they cleaned my garage out. Lost all my stuff.
So you got put in prison for 2 years. You lost your stuff. How long have you been out? I mean, you've been on house arrest about a year?
Completely over with everything February.
Oh, that's good.
February. But I've been home. I got home a year ago, January.
On house arrest.
So I did a year and
So are you done now with them?
I'm totally done. I'm a free man as far as that goes. But there's all kinds of people, big time people looking into this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bad that
Well, they got the money out there now, too.
I'm talking about they call them investigative reporters.
Yeah, like Nancy Grace and that.
ACLU.
Right? We're not. Yeah. We're not. We're just 2 middle-aged women from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I'm just an old man that got the hell beat out of
It sounds like it. Yeah.
8 hours in a locked
For what, a DUI?
Yeah. Solitary confinement in a concrete cell with no bedding, no bed, no clothes, and maybe staying there naked.
Oh, did you have an attorney?
He ain't worth a shit either.
Heart.
Never happened to me.
Did you know anybody of their families? Did you know?
I never know.
Not before?
That didn't happen until a month after the murders happened, SRB, as that's when they first investigated his property. So, like, now, see, if you listen to him now he's playing the victim card. All these things happen to him and this and that, everything else. And this guy's not perfect, okay? I'm not saying he's the suspect that did this. I'm just saying he's not perfect. And here in Ohio, if you have like habitual driving with no license, you can go to prison. I think it's 3 strikes and you're gone for 5 years. I think it is. So, yeah, they waited a whole month to check that property out, and that's where they found they found the bodies at, SRB. So why a month? You know what I mean? That should have been the first scenario. That should have been where they were at immediately, in my opinion, but they didn't. So, hey, Tree Baby, good to see you. I don't know. I don't know. These are one of the major questions that I have. Yeah, 2 searches in March. I don't know.
Graduate, one of the grandparents, because record that long. There's like 17 felonies in those two families combined.
And now he's trying to throw it back on the families.
Mm-hmm.
That pissed me off. I'll be honest with you. You're right, SRB. I get it. Yeah. And now he's trying to throw things, like I said, back at the families. Like, don't do that.
Libby's dad's got 6 or 7 felonies.
Right. With meth charges?
Yeah.
And we just saw where he lived. Really close. He just lives right over there.
Is he still living?
I think so.
So there's the first part of that. Okay. Now there's another thing I wanted to throw up here for you guys too. Hold on here. One second here. One sec.
Oh, Indiana's not any worse than anywhere else.
About what?
Teresa said, after this case, among others, makes me afraid to go to Indiana.
It's about the same as it is everywhere else. She's right, guys. 100%. We have crazy things that happen here. For sure. What is going on here?
Hey, Walt, you staying out of trouble?
All right, so this is the second part of this. 1 second here.
What are sketchy underground people?
Keegan Klein, Nelly. It was a catfishing situation. All right, here we go. Let me know about the audio on this.
The murders. Do you remember?
Exactly, Zelda.
Tell me about the day that you learned about the murders. Do you remember kind of?
Oh yeah, I remember the very day when I heard that the 2 girls had been murdered on his property. It's like, oh my God, he finally killed somebody.
I agree, SRB.
And then it wasn't just maybe a couple of days later that subject coming across the bridge. Said, oh my God, it is him. I recognized his walk, like a knock-kneed a little bit. I mean, there was trails even from Monon Bridge to the area where the girls were found, all the way up to Ron's house. There was trails.
How did you know Ron? How did you meet Ron?
In the bar, a friend, and he was drinking a Pepsi, and he was cowboy, and started talking horses. Actually, kind of told me where he lived, and he asked me how old I was. He told me how old he was, which was a lie.
Was he charming?
Yeah, he was. He just had a swag about him. We hit it off pretty good, but the horses and stuff. I had a horse, and I think that's how he got me, for sure, with the horses. I knew that he was a recovering alcoholic, and I thought, him not drinking, I thought that was, I really liked that. Someone that was a recovering alcoholic and not drinking. But see, he started drinking after our split.
Do you remember, like, the first time that you saw a side of him that scared you?
When I wasn't giving him sex in bed and he beat me, yeah. He had bruises all over. Gosh, I'm going to say within the first year, I had bruises on my chest. And I remember my stepmother asking me, I told her that I was, had a baby colt, that I was halter breaking and it reared up and, you know, struck me, you know. Tried to break up with him. And he always would come back and.
Exactly, guys. Please understand that none of what we're talking about here, I'm just showing you stuff, and I'll do this with other people as well. None of this means that Richard Allen is not the guy or is not involved at all, okay? Understand that. We don't know that yet, but I'm just showing you stuff to give you kind of like a heads up on some things, that's all.
You know, the horse is something this or something that, and then I'd go back. I'd go back.
What kinds of things would he say? Would he apologize?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And God bless.
Oh, yeah, he felt bad. Oh, it never happened again. But it happened again, time after time after time.
So how often would you say he got physically violent with you?
A lot. Restrain me. Hold me down. Force sex on me. And then I could leave.
Was he strong?
Yes. I mean, there's time that when my daughter and I was there, and we tried to leave, he didn't want us to leave, wouldn't let us out the door. I don't even know why we were even arguing or why. I know it wasn't getting anywhere, and I just wanted to leave, and no, we're not leaving. I don't know, maybe I didn't give him the right answers or something. To this day, I don't know what any of the arguments were about. I mean, can you see that, though?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't live with him, I mean, I stayed there at times, you know. There was a lot of rules. There was a lot of control. Yeah, things I could do and couldn't do. And
were the rules that he had at his house that you had to follow?
Things had to be tidy. Tidy.
Oh, it's just crazy. Only allowed on something. Furniture, couldn't lay on the couch.
That couch ain't made for laying down. Nope, you ain't laying down there.
What were they made for?
Screwing on, I guess.
He had a new refrigerator, and there was a little scratch that got put on it.
Yeah.
And he blamed my daughter for it. And she don't remember doing it. And he just drilled her and drilled her and drilled her. And I know you did it. I know you did it, you know. And you know what? I think that might have been the day when we were trying to get out of the house. He wouldn't let us out of the house. He was bent out of shape about it when we got away. That was one of the times, you know, when he busted my windshield out. My daughter remembered that he shoving her and knocking her down.
How old was she at the time?
7. So the only way to get to the upstairs was go through the other room, which you go through the kitchen. And he had a padlock on that door, not a regular lock type door, a padlock. I do remember he may have been outside when I went up there, and I kind of went upstairs real quick. And he caught me and forbid me. That's the only time that I was ever up there. Because I wanted to see what the house looked like. I thought it was really big. There's boxes of stuff everywhere and some old furniture. And he forbidden me to ever go up there again.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. To this day, I don't. I wish I did.
What would happen if Ron did not get his way?
I don't know. I already do. Forced. Well, I told you he forced sex on me, right? I always kind of thought he was perverted.
How so?
I told you he got off watching animals breed, right?
That happened often?
Well, he raised goats. He raised rabbits. Yeah, raised horses, Hope. Well, he definitely get a hard on. He wanted to go screw afterwards. Well, there'd be that neighbor girl. Just if you go across the creek, your creek, she was 12, 13. She bought an Appaloosa horse from me. And she used to come over all the time. He just loved her. Loved her.
Did he seem inappropriate with her?
I've been comfortable a few times. And her parents was never there, so I didn't understand that either. Ride her horse over. I guess he's helping her.
Helping her with what?
The horse.
Did he ever have to kill an animal or put an animal down or anything that you remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had no problem hitting a rabbit in the head to butcher it or anything like that. No. No, I've been with him, something about, go take a walk back in the woods, and he brought a gun. I go, what are we doing? And I know how the ravine was in the back of these woods, and he shot a deer. Wow. He goes, you want to help me butcher it? Yeah, I'll help him butcher it. We went and got it and took it out of there, and I helped him butcher it, helped him package it. And I thought, oh, wow, this is pretty neat. Got a guy that's self-sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
No, he had no problem killing animals.
Where would he butcher them?
We butchered it right there at the house. I remember we had the table in the kitchen cleaned off, and we were cutting it up, and I was helping him package it up. And he actually hung it in his barn, and we did it all in one day.
How did he clean up blood?
But soaking in dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the barn, you mean?
Yeah. Or put it in feed sacks, the guts and stuff. And what he did with that after that, I don't know. Where he buried it, or I don't know. I don't know what happened to the head. I don't know any of that. But as far as I know, he could took it back in the woods and let it rot, Oh, he had no problems using a knife or a gun. I do remember times that he's standing around humming. And he'd be in a daze, I do remember that so distinctly, so many different times. What is he doing?
What did you like about Ron?
I'll have to do that horses, okay? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, just to listen to him talk about horses to other people, meaning, okay? That's all I could say. I've got another girlfriend from Kokomo. She came over there to visit me one time, and I was fixing supper over there at his place. And I remember I had to get this meal made or get everything cleaned up, and I didn't have time for her, and I made her leave. Felt that it was safer for her to leave. But she remembers that distinctly. He didn't want me having any friends. He was very controlling, yeah. Wouldn't let me out of the house. Yes, he was controlling. I remember running to my parents. They only lived about 5 miles from there, and him followed me and pulled in behind me, and my dad coming out there, and I said, you know, he hit me and did this and that. And then Ron leaves me after my dad and my brother talked to me. And my dad said I had it coming.
After he talked to Ron, he took Ron's side.
Yes.
So he was very convincing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he wasn't afraid to follow you to your dad and your brother's house.
No. No.
Was he afraid of much?
Not really. He had his own way of manipulating people. You know, that he was a good guy. That did no wrong. One of my girlfriends, she was at the party. She remembers the day that I'm heading. And we lived together a couple different times, and she remembered him coming to the house and stuff, stalking me, and she pretty much told him that he needed to be leaving or she was going to call the cops, and he did leave. She didn't like him. I mean, I tried to break up with him a lot. And there was some hold on to it, but it works all the time. I did get some things that we had bought together, some animal clippers, some halters, and I got a place of my own in town, and I was living by myself at the time, and I was at work, and he broke in, he cut the screen in one of the back bedrooms, and found that stuff that we had bought together and got it. God knows what else he got. And maybe he got in one of my drawers and got my underwear. I don't know for sure, but it's hard to say. Yeah, he cut my screen, and that's when I got scared. My house being broke in. I didn't call the cops. It's like, if he wants it, maybe he'll leave me alone. But then I was with somebody else, you know, watching a movie one evening, and I see something through the curtains and got out and looked, and it was him peeking in the window. And when I went to the door, he was in his truck and he had taken off.
That's so scary.
Yeah. I always make sure that nobody can see in my windows ever again. It took me a long time to get over.
Okay, guys, that is a fact. Please take every bit of this and all of this stuff I'm showing you with a grain of salt, because, again, think about this for a minute, okay? I'm not telling you to not believe her. The woman waited to come out until after Ron was dead to say all these things. She could be bitter because of their relationship. We don't know how everything went because nobody was there. And there's no way for him to defend himself. So understand that, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? That's exactly what it is to me. It's like just a very, very scorned woman. I'm not saying that what she's saying is not true, but we have no way to prove any of this. And none of this came out until after he's been gone, okay? Except for the other, when she came forward the first time, okay? That's all I'm saying is don't let this, embed itself into your mind and make you think that Ron is the only person that could have done this. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to show you guys a little bit of everything at different times. Because it goes well beyond all of this. I just wanted you guys to see this to get a little bit of an idea as to what was being said in regards to him. Okay. It's almost over. And then we have there's other people, like I said before, there's Keegan Klein. There's Richard Allen. Because again, I'm not saying, nobody's saying that he couldn't be involved in this at all. He could be the only one, or he could be not the one at all. I don't know, but I'm just saying everything needs to be looked at. Okay. And I just thought this was really interesting and that everybody would enjoy hearing this. We don't know, like, there could be a whole other side to the story she's saying that, she could have tortured him in some senses. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just giving you the, it happens. That's all.
Backstory.
Yeah.
True crime.
Backstory. There you go. So that's all. Absolutely, SRB. A lot of people don't know the whole you know, anything about Ron Logan, and I'm just kind of putting some stuff out there. Believe me, I'm not comfortable with him as a person. I don't think he was the greatest person. So I just thought, like I said, these interviews were quite interesting. That's all. So let me finish this up because it's almost over with, and then we'll move on.
It's from when I moved away 30 years ago, when I had my new house up here, which there's no neighbors up here on top of the hill. Nobody could see in. I still had a hard time. I don't know if he knew where I lived, but I was hoping he would never ever show up.
Did Ron ever talk about being afraid of heights to you?
No, never. Never. I got him a job where I worked at. I worked for Lynn Fisher. I got him a job there, and it was for maintenance. And he had to climb up those bins, and you measure feet, you know, when they have to be delivered, you know. He had to climb up those ladders all the time.
It was from a
He
year
had no
ago.
problem doing that.
No, that was part of his job.
Very true. Yeah, the documents from the arrest are interesting.
It's all about what's sex. Hey, what are you doing? Let's go to the movies, you know.
Joining us, Lucy. I appreciate
And
it.
then it was going over to Kokomo to the drive-in, to the adult theater. I went there with him a couple times.
So he watched porn.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what he did when I wasn't with him.
Yeah.
And he was probably pursuing somebody else because I wasn't the only one that he was pursuing. And that was part of the problem. He was seeing Jeannie, and he's keeping track on the calendar when he's having sex with her and me.
Ew.
It took me a few weeks to figure that out, what those initials meant. He put initials on the calendar when he had sex with me and sex with Jeannie. And there was another girl too, and her name was Phyllis. Yep, there would be P, there would be C, and there would be J. And then there would be, he'd keep track of the animals too, like when he bred a doe, like a rabbit, or a goat when it might have got bred. Yeah.
Why would he keep track of that?
I don't know. Ego, I guess.
So we've talked about Ron was in the Navy. And that never came up?
Never knew it. But must not have been something he really wanted to talk about. So something may have terrible happened. I don't know.
Did he ever talk about, like, college?
No. Nope.
Wow.
No, he worked at Eli Lilly. I did know that. I think he'd been there, maybe 17 years. And then he lost his job there. He got fired. He had like a cellar that goes up underneath the house, a basement, you know, and he was putting new doors on there. And he asked me, we were talking, I was helping him. I don't know if I said something. I said something wrong. The next thing I know, he just hit me over the head with a crust wrench. I know I took off running, and he was right behind me, and I remember falling. I didn't want him to hit me again, so I fell onto the ground. And I remember crawling, and I made it to my vehicle, and I took off. I don't know what happened. I didn't turn around and look. I just took off and went to the doctor. I had blood running down my face, and I remember I was cheating. I remember cops was behind me had the lights on, and I only had to go 2 miles before I was in Delphi, and people didn't hurt my doctors. And I remember the police officer coming in right behind me, and they shuffled me right into the doctor's office, and they asked if I was all right, and I wound up having 7 clamps put above my forehead. I didn't see him for a while, but I just knew that he got fired, and I found out why he got fired. Doctor billed that he was in my name. He whited my name out and wrote in Ryan's name and turned it into his insurance at where he worked.
Oh, he was committing fraud.
Yes, yes, he was. There was another incident after that too. I don't know how soon afterwards, when my daughter and I was at his house and he wouldn't let us leave, and we did make it out of there, and I made it into my car and was leaving, and he picked up a rock and threw it in my windshield. And
Your daughter was in the car with you.
yeah. And why I didn't stop at the police, I'm scared of him. He threatened me. I'll kill you.
You believed him.
Oh, yeah, I believe him. I was just trying to kill me before then with the crescent ring. He's actually the prosecuting attorney right next door to where my doctor's office was. And I remember him being so mad at me when I went back in there several days later, could have been several weeks later. I don't remember the time.
Exactly.
When I wanted to drop the charges and said it didn't happen that way. I remember him being really mad at me. Really mad. I'm not talking about Ron being mad. I'm talking about
Yeah, the prosecutor.
I just been mad. Just been mad. I don't remember him asking me, you know, are you doing this because you're scared of him or not? I just remember wanting to get it done and getting over with and getting out of there.
Do you think Ron ever drugged you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things I don't remember. I mean, your mind has a way of protecting you and things like that. I don't know.
Did he ride his horses or just keep them?
Mainly kept them. We did do some riding together, not much.
And he would travel to buy and sell them.
Yeah. Yeah. I went with him. I went out to Kansas with him. Had to scream in every state. Yeah. After about the third state, I didn't want to do it no more, and I remember him getting mad at me. If it wasn't with me, it was somebody else. He always carried a knife with him, though. I do remember that. Always. No remorse. I don't know why I kept taking him back. Seriously, I don't. That has blocked out my mind why I just kept going back for more and more and more. Don't know.
Do you think he got away with murder?
I think he did. I truly do. I think he was in a rage of breaking up with a young girl that was living with him. And that was just 2 months prior. Went down to Petersburg cell barn, which is only about 25 miles south of me, at a horse sale, and he was there. And he came up behind me, and I was talking to somebody about a horse, and he was right behind me. I didn't even know he was behind me, and he goes, "You better listen to her. She knows what she's talking about." I turn around and look, and I go, "Oh." Okay. I remember walking away. I did not have a conversation with him. Wow. And I went up and set up in the stands because it was getting ready to start the sale. I remember he was down in the cell ring with a bunch of other men and other people. This young girl standing right beside him. I go, "I wonder who that is." I mean, I didn't have any idea. I didn't see him with anybody else. I remember when he did leave, because they left early, before the sale was over, I remember getting up and following them out, and they were leaving together. It's like, I wonder who that girl was. And I'm pretty sure she was not like 14, 15, not a drivable, or she could drive herself.
They left together?
Yeah, they left together. Well, listen, they say a 77-year-old man, old man, can't do that kind of stuff, but I mean, I date somebody that's a lot older than me, he's 79 now. He could whip a couple girls out if he wanted to. And And he's not as big as Ron is, you know? And he's a farmer, so. Well, and two, let's say if you're drinking, that gives you a little more height, doesn't it? Give you a little more nerve. Yeah.
So did you ever see Ron drink?
No.
So he didn't drink the whole time you were together?
No.
And yet he was that violent without alcohol?
Yeah. Could you imagine him drinking and having that? Probably would have killed me.
All right. So, like I said, guys, I just wanted you to hear some of that stuff that she had put out about that. I'm not saying she's not telling the truth. I'm not saying that what she's saying is wrong. He was definitely a violent person. Okay, that's the point, and he had anger issues, in my opinion. That's the point. I am leery of the fact that this woman waited till the man passed on before she put any of this out, but maybe it was out of fear. I don't know. And then all those things, he could be an alcoholic, he could be a mean person. That doesn't mean that he's a murderer. Okay, remember that. That's all I'm saying. He's not here to defend himself. He's not here to respond to those things. But like I said, he definitely has a past that is violent in some senses, anger issues, things like that. And again, it's just a little something to know. And, just saying, that's all. Thank you, War Eagle, very much. But there's more to this case than just that. Remember that too. There's a lot more. And like I said, guys, there was 5 other suspects. Okay. Keegan Klein was a suspect at some point, and he's a gross piece of shit too.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, a complete gross piece of shit. He spoke to these girls the day before this happened, and he was catfishing, trying to. I don't even like to talk about it. It makes me nuts. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Let alone what he does.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it may have been out of fear, Sleuthy says, but at least she spoke with police, which is good. I agree, very much so. And again, if you guys have the ability, please make sure that you're tipping the co-host, the lovely, sweet. Yeah, I'll stick with that co-host that we have. Just kidding. You know I love it. But anyway, there's the links for it. Mama Bear's awesome. We love it when we get to have her. We hopefully are going to be able to have her a lot more often here pretty soon. So
sounds like, but we'll see how things go.
Yes. And that's the point right there. Everything that's going on with Richard Allen right now is completely mind-blowing. Completely, like you guys have seen. There was a motion put through not too long ago. Now, everybody knows that this man was arrested, and then very shortly thereafter, thank you again, Zelda, very shortly thereafter was moved to a prison by the first judge on the case, Judge Diener. Then the judge recused himself. Then all this stuff starts happening. This is for anybody that hadn't been up to date with this. He gets moved to another prison. The same shit's going on at that prison, if not worse. Why is he not able to stay in a county jail? The Judge Diener said it was for his own safety, and it was basically for their own safety based on what the judge had put out in documents, okay? The point is they motioned to bring him back to a county jail. She said no. She didn't even want to bother with it. This judge that seems to have a God complex, in my opinion. So
better than holier than thou.
Oh, you're teasing me now with that. Come on now, Audrey. No, I can't have that stuff. Sounds good though. And motions to be moved repeatedly denied. Yes, repeatedly. Come on. For what? What good reasoning could she have for this?
I think they know it's Richard Logan. Sorry, got the names mixed up. I think they know it's Logan, but he's gone, so they need to make somebody pay for it.
Well, one of the FBI agents that was spoken to swore up and down it was him. Okay. But I think they do need to pin it on somebody. I agree with that. They have to have somebody to put this on, period. the thing is there's definitely more than one person that this could be. Okay, I have my thoughts. When you watch the bridge guy video, I have issues with BH and his son. Personally, that's me. Okay. Yeah, I think that Ron Logan could fit in some senses, folks. I really could. I really do.
Include that's a very good possibility.
What Clue say?
Because with small towns like that, everybody knows everybody.
Right. Yes.
So.
Very much so. Very much so. And that's how it comes off to me, is that she has an extremely personal issue with this man for whatever reason. Okay.
Maybe he dated, I'm using that loosely in air quotes, dated her.
I don't know. Salty says maybe not with RA so much as the other players that are involved. Right. And I can't get it out of my head that this was done by more than one person too. That's definitely something that I won't let go of until they prove it to me. Now she keeps denying shit without citing any case law to back it up. Right. That's the whole point. There's nothing there. There's no reasons. And providing zero legal reasons for her decisions. She just does what she does and expects everybody to say, oh, okay, you're the boss. Move on. That's it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
No wonder my kids don't listen to me.
That's what the problem is. We're not the boss.
Sorry.
I mean, you never know. Yeah, you never know. I've thought that. Yeah, but she's fine with this. Yeah, because she was having some medical issues for a little while there, where she wasn't even coming into court, and she was having other people handle her stuff. So, I don't know. Salty says Gall's a wild card with no oversight. It's a good way to put it, too. Good way to put it. It just seems like she personally has a dislike for him very badly. That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on here. Now, I'm going to play this again. Some people asked to hear this, so I'm going to play it for you guys again. After all that time we heard the other voice there. I still think this is more than one voice, in my opinion, but that's just me. And there's that sketch that they held on to for 2 years before releasing. For what? Why 2 years? Why didn't that come out right away? That was done days, folks. 3 to 4 days after the murders happened. Why did it have to take 2 years for that sketch to come out? Yeah, that could be too. That could be it. She has a problem with the entire case. Working for the people or just simply threatened by said people. I think we'll see. Agreed. It's a good point. Very good point. It's really Richard Allen is an issue, or the parties who are really guilty have her under control. Maybe. Yeah, that's given a given that she does hate the attorneys, especially now that they got put back on the case. That goes completely against everything she wanted, and they undermined her. That's a problem. This woman seems to have a like I said, a God complex in some ways to me. So, and see, that's my thing right there, where she said, Salty says that she's not convinced that the voice we hear is the guy that we see. I don't think it is either. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that that's the same voice. I don't think that voice matches Bridge Guy. I just don't. Clue just said the guy on the bridge is not the voice on. Yeah, see, he's too far away for that to pick him up that clear. See, that's what I would think too. Thank you. There it is. If they were standing at a distance when they did that, that's what I was saying before. At the distance that we see this video taken at, okay, you're not going to hear it that clearly close. Clear and close. Sorry. I don't know what I just said.
No, either.
I agree. There is a whole lot more to unpack, and yeah, she should be. I hope she is embarrassed. At the very least, Sleuthy, I hope she is. Because she acted like a complete fool throughout this whole case since she's been on it. And still is. Complete fool. Okay, so Firefly says she doesn't think it's intended to coincide with the vote. Okay, I mean, that's possible. But I don't think that's him. I want to know the explanation as to why they waited 2 years to release that picture. I just don't get it. Well, they say it's from the end of the video when he approaches the girls right before the video. Okay, so then they were closer, I guess, because that would make more sense. Yeah, she's made a complete fool. I agree. Complete fool of herself. And if anybody that does respect her, I feel sorry for you. Completely. Really do. Okay, I was going to show you guys something else too. I think I showed this one before. This was that augmented reality video I wanted to show you guys that the one news put out. I thought this was really neat the way they did this. I'm sure you guys have seen this, for those of you that are following the case. Just to give you guys a little look-see as to something that was done on this. I mean, he does kind of look like him to me too, Clue. If you look at the stature, and I can look at his face and kind of see it in a sense, but I can also look at his face and I can almost envision the BH too, okay? Yeah, there is no better image. That was it, which is kind of interesting to me.
An unsolved crime 4 years after it shocked the city of Delphi. Police there are still trying to figure out who killed Abby Williams and Libby German.
Tonight, as our Rich Van Wyk explains, the girls' families are hoping that there's this new online video that can help lead investigators to their killer.
The real video of the suspected killer walking toward Libby and Abby, transformed by three-dimensional augmented reality technology, gives a lifelike look at the 4-year-old crime. Libby's older sister, Kelsey, calls it intense.
It was like you're standing on the bridge with them as they're seeing this.
There's the suspect approaching the girls. Libby's phone is out, taking the video, with her best friend Abby at her side.
It brought it really into perspective for me of what they were seeing. And just the person being there gave me a new perspective of what he looked like.
The original video, sketches of the suspect, a $225,000 reward, and more than 50,000 tips haven't led police to the girl's killer. The families hope this video will.
It's going to help trigger somebody's memory, and they're going to say, wow, I really do know who this looks like.
The Delphi murders are among hundreds of unsolved crimes featured in the brand new Crime Door app. It's aimed at fans of true crimes. Before signing on to help create Crime Door, Paul Holes was a detective specializing in cold case investigations.
From my perspective, it's another tool. It's another source of information that could potentially give Kelsey, her family, Abby's family, an answer.
State police insist the case is far from cold. 2 investigators work it every day. They are still getting new leads.
I still have so much hope. I talked to an investigator the other day, and he told me to remember that they're never stopping. No matter what, they're going to keep fighting for us.
And Abby and Libby.
And I think that's really interesting to see it that way when they did that whole augmentation thing, to be able to be like her sister said, right there with them at that point. I thought that was really, really, really interesting. 1 second, guys. Mama Bear, I'll be right back. I've got to do that thing.
Okay.
Right back with you, sorry.
You guys are just way too quiet. Take over? Okay. Let's see. How do I do that?
Whoa.
There you go. I took over. As he tried to scare me. I'm so funny.
Something's wrong with you. Now, this other video, take over, please. This was something they did when they restabilized the video, the bridge video, because it's all like tilted and stuff like that. I thought it was kind of interesting too. Give you guys a little look at that real quick. I didn't scare you. That's not even funny. Because you've done it without trying multiple times. I tried and it didn't work. Didn't work.
I kicked you off panel just at the same time.
Yeah, right. I hope I didn't scare anybody else when I did that, by the way. If I did, just cuss me out. We just talked about that this morning, Sleuthy. That's a huge thing for me. That's been bugging me for a while. She says, I want to know how the perp wasn't caught on camera walking back to the CPS parking lot. Seems that we could have had much better video of the persons who walked that way. How did they pick up Betsy's car coming and going and other things, but they didn't get a picture of Richard Allen walking back? Why? Me and Salty were talking about that too. She has the same feeling about that. Why? How? It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. All right, let's see here. Supposedly this video it's small, but it's somebody's shooting out here. It's more stabilized. Definitely shooting. Okay, that it does show his gait better because it's not really leaning. Okay. Damn, what the hell are they shooting back there? Shooting. Somebody's got out the machine gun today.
Yikes.
I got a couple different variations of these things. These videos, I should say, to show you the differences and different things with the bridge guy. Whoa. Yeah, somebody's definitely dropping rounds back there. Damn.
Opening ricochet off something and
they're way back there. You could probably almost hear it. Okay. So they enhanced this to be able to show it. See, here's my thing about it being Ron Logan. To me, the goatee and mustache look dark because they don't look white to me. You see what I'm saying? Ron Logan has white hair, had white hair. Brad Holder and Richard Allen have my color hair, per se, kind of reddish in a sense. That's why
Logan didn't look like he was that big of a guy.
Well, if he's kind of a taller guy. Now, see, my issue with Richard Allen is he's a little dude. Okay, he's shorter than I am. Well, no, he's about the same height as me. Ron Logan was taller, and so is Brad Holder. And it matches up to what my understanding of the height to this person would be. So again, like I said, the facial hair has a darker contrast to it as compared to the white hair of Ron Logan. So there's where my issue lied with that. But that doesn't mean that that's exactly what that is. Okay, it could be something completely different. I don't know. They did a bunch of different overlays on this to show different variations of it. We're talking about Richard Allen, Goosey. I thought he was 5'6".
5'4". That's a little dude.
He's tiny if he's that little.
Huh?
I thought he was 5. I thought he was between 5'6" and 5'8". That's my understanding. I could be wrong. If he's 5'4", then Jesus. Sounds like they could have taken him if he was 5'4". You know what I mean? Should have.
Sorry, Ghost.
By he, I mean, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. See, somebody did measuring on this and said that whoever bridge guy is between, what was it, 6 foot and 6'1" or something, or 5'11" and 6 foot. How they got to that, I don't know. Something about measurements. I don't know how on point that is either, you guys. So, I'm not going to claim that to be a concrete piece of evidence. That's a 17-inch thigh. Need to, he's a little guy if he's 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Means I'm 5 inches taller than him. I'm just squish him. Step on him and squish him.
Yeah. See, am I the only one that sees this facial hair as being darker?
Probably.
Hard to see it that way, but see here?
Yeah.
I'm 5'8" and I wear a size 9 shoe, but that doesn't always mean anything. Different people have different, I've seen tall people have small feet. I've seen short people have big feet, so.
I was wondering about that too, Licity.
Yeah. I think there's a video out there that did that. We have his pant size and shoes too. Well, little guy, his length on his pants are probably going to be a 28. Unless that's a granny scarf. Somebody else said that too, Sleuthy. That's interesting. So, all right, guys, I'm dropping a link for you guys to jump up here and talk to me. Please, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Blah, 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 blah.
Join us, me and the Bear of Mamas. Sleuthy, you're welcome as well, please. Salty, if you can. I know you're working probably. Anybody else? Please jump up here and throw some words at my face. I want to know what you guys think. I've seen tall guys with little bug feet. With bug feet. But wow, that I don't even know about there, Boop, but that's okay. Thank you. There was some kind of measurements they did with the bridge itself and the ties on the side of it and measured upwards, I believe. I can't find that video now. What is this here? Oh, this other video I was going to show you guys too. Jean size was 34-29. See? I figured he was in a 28 or 29 length.
34. So he got a gut.
A little bit of a beer gut, right? Well, Alan did when he went in. Not now, but he probably wears a 30 waist now.
Probably.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Salty. Oh, this was that other Shadow Man video. I don't know if anybody ever saw this. It was kind of interesting. If nobody's gonna jump up here and talk at me, then I'm gonna play this too. See, that was my thought too, Carolyn. And based on the one video I saw, between 5'8" and 5'10" is what they kind of ventured his size was. 7.5 boot size. See, he's a little dude for sure.
Mhm.
No worries, Salty. I get it, hun. You're okay.
And how would a little dude be able to overtake two girls by himself? I just
I
don't.
mean, that's my thing. If they're kicking and screaming, which I'm sure they would be, I would hope, unless this person has a gun, which is thought, okay.
Or like that lady that was doing the interview, the guy's ex, or maybe it was him that was talking. I don't know. Anyway, unless they knew the person.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yes. If it was somebody they knew, they didn't expect or suspect.
Yeah. Like, hey, let me walk you guys down here to, meet with your parents or whatever, and they take off.
That and whoever made that down the hill guys thing, it didn't sound very super threatening. Okay. All right, guys, down the hill. It wasn't, there's no, and I know we only got a piece of it, but there's no swearing, there's no screaming or yelling. It was very calmly, all right, guys, down the hill.
Yeah.
We don't know what the rest of that conversation was either, and I agree with Salty on that. They were lured out there, okay, for whatever reason. I do believe that, okay. I think that's why they went there to begin with. That's my thought. A certain someone's son.
Exactly, Sleuthy.
Mm. And even with the gun, though, I keep thinking they could push him. Yeah, that's true too.
Because as you watch the videos, you can see that those boards are old and rickety and falling apart. You can easily.
Libby was athletic. Okay. She was very athletic. She did a lot of that. Or please tell me I didn't get them mixed up. I think I'm right. Libby. Yeah, Libby, German. She was athletic. She was in sports, very athletic. I'm sure she had strong legs and all sorts of things. Okay. So I feel like she could have possibly, especially somebody that's 5'4", done something. Thank you. All right, I was right. I wanted to make sure I didn't confuse the two. Exactly. They haven't put it out there as far as anything else, Heather. All right, so nobody's done a jump up here. It's just me and you, Bear. So let's see
That's
here.
okay.
Yeah, I'm good too. No problem. I just like hearing other people's input on these things. All right, let's see here. Some of this is kind of interesting to me. All right, we ain't gonna be able to play the music, but
nope.
It's gonna mess it up. I forgot about it. This just kind of shows a reenactment of. Damn it. I guess I could probably. I don't like the music either, but I like the song. But okay, so this is showing. If you look at the time up here, kind of like a timeline basis of just what's going on. This is Kelsey, the sister, approaches the Mears lot, as it says. Is it? Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's still playing. She's pulling into the Mears lot. Turns down the radio and says goodbye to the girls before insisting the girls take jackets. Still playing. Sorry. Abby and Libby exited the car and secured their jackets. You see the time down here. Kelsey remained at the parking lot until the girls reached the trailhead. Mears lot, trailhead. Hello, the Raging Cage is in the house. How you doing? Don't dive.
Hey, Dago, how you and Mama Bears doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay,
I'm
so
good
Okay.
too.
here we go. Amir's lot, the trailhead, guys. Go ahead. What's up? Don't dive.
Okay, I wanted to say something real quick until I give my opinion about the Delphi case. Okay. Um, the little thing that Bubbly Waters had going on, that she had said that somebody was emailing people that had don't dive. That's not me. I just want to let y'all know that is not
Oh,
me.
no, I
That
know.
okay.
Yeah, I know you well enough. We know each other.
No, Dago, I don't know how to do. I don't know how to hack
Right.
anybody or do anything. I just wanted to let everybody know that. Okay. But what I wanted to see, I haven't been following the Delphi case real good, but from what I have been following, I think there's something up with holders, the dad and the son,
Oh, absolutely.
and
Yeah.
Elvis also. Because
Okay.
the reason why I think that is, okay, is it true that one of the girls sets of one of their clothing was put on the opposite one?
Yes,
Yes.
that is what
Okay.
happened.
Okay, well, either it was for a reason or it was somebody that wasn't too bright. And Elvis wasn't he kind of slow?
I think so. Yeah, that doesn't mean he was, but I think so.
Right. Okay. Now, is it true that the phone, one of the girls' phones, was left in a shoe or something, or was left there?
It was in a shoe underneath her, like
Okay.
underneath her. Yes.
And then she videoed the man walking on the bridge, right?
That's the understanding. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Think about that, Dago. That may have been left for a reason by one of the perpetrators.
I think so.
Maybe it's true. I think it was left for a reason for authorities to see the person walking on the bridge. And I do not think that's Richard Allen because Kara Willis put out a video a while back, and she's right. You could, when that video was showing, if the video wasn't manipulated, you can see hair that's a little longer.
Okay.
That's blowing in the wind on the side by the back of the cap, and also the shoulders. I don't know if anybody's noticing the shoulders of this man, but that Richard Allen's shoulders aren't shaped like that.
Yeah,
to me.
We did look at him. I looked at him in a couple different photos, and I looked at that, and I don't think it's him either. I really don't.
No.
Based on his stature, as I've said before, his gait, what it seems to be, it just doesn't look like him at all to me. I'm sorry.
It does not. It doesn't. The height, now, as far as for the walk, that looks weird. Like he would have maybe, I have scoliosis a little bit, and one side of my body is probably, I have an ear that's higher, I have a shoulder that's higher, and then my leg is just a little bit shorter than the other one. And I have a walk that's a little bit like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know if that video, if
I think some of the problem with the video is that it's looped, and we're not getting a full-on view of the actual walk. That's why I showed that one video where they kind of straighten it up a little bit. There is a bit of a slight limp, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
The tracks themselves being off center, or if that was his walk. Okay. But the gait definitely seems off. If this guy's really only 5'4", that's not him.
See, I'm 5'2", and that's pretty short.
Yeah, for a man, especially 5'4", that's little, itty bitty.
Yeah, because if you look from his from his waist down to the wood that's on the what he was walking on, you can kind of tell his frame is this. Richard Allen's a lot shorter. This guy right here has a longer, a taller frame for his waist down to his feet.
Okay.
you know, that's how I kind of look at size and stuff like that. And to me, this would be like a taller person.
That's what it looks like to me. He looks a lot taller than 5'4", even 5'6" to me. He looks more around like, I would say between 5'9" and 6 foot tall. 5'10"
Yeah,
tall, in my opinion. That's me.
exactly. And then you see the the Holder son. I just find some of the things that I've been hearing on other videos, there's something, I mean, as far as for the Odinism, could it have been like some type of initiation? This is my opinion, speculation, that maybe there was a little forcement, if it's possible, that say Elvis and the son chose or they were forced to help.
Very
And
possible.
yeah, to help. And then for Judge Go, I think not that she just she could not like Richard Allen, but she could be in the back by other people that is forcing her and telling her to do what she's got to do with Richard Allen, or else, in other words.
I agree. That is very possible. Very, very possible.
You know, not that she would be in the Odinism. She may know of them, but I think she's being forced and told that you better do what you got to do with Richard Allen, or else, you know.
I agree in some senses. I've talked about this with a couple other people where I feel like she very well may have been being strong armed in a sense.
Yes.
In the way she is, because it just doesn't seem realistic for a judge to act like this, in my opinion. That's just me. So
Exactly. That's right. I think she's being strong armed, like you said, and said, look, you know, you do this, you do what we tell you to do. Your family or you are going to be, you know, there's not going to be no complications, but if you don't do what you know, what we want you to do, then, you know, there's going to be repercussions. I think that's what's going on myself, but I don't know. I haven't been following the case like y'all have, but from what I have been watching and listening to, it seems like it's something to do with the Holders and maybe that little guy, Elvis Fields, and others, but those were the ones that were possibly chosen to do this or told to do this.
it makes sense. It does make sense to me.
You never know, you know. But that's all I wanted to say, Dago. But thank you very much. And
thank you. I appreciate hearing your opinion on it. I really do. I love hearing what you guys think on these things. So thank you.
Okay, well, thank you too, Dago. Thanks for everything you do.
Oh, thank you, hon. You have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mama Bear. Bye-bye.
All right, can you hear me, Mama Bear?
Yeah.
Does my mic sound any better now?
Sounds about the same.
How does it sound? You said it. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry about that.
There, that's
how
better.
is it sounding?
That's better. I don't know what you did,
Okay.
but
I turned around away from it and turned back
oh,
to talk to Caden. So okay, I guess that's fine.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe you were just further back away from it. It sounded like you were far away from it.
But I'm good now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This was just a little piece of taken out of the PCA guys, and it says investigator spoke with blank, who advised that she was on the trails on February 13th of 17. Video from the Hoosier Harbor store captured blank vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. towards the entrance across from Mears Farms. Advised she saw 4 juvenile females walking on the bridge over Old State Road. So there's things that are not there that are there that aren't there, if you know what I'm trying to say, guys.
Right.
Hold on a minute. I think there's a lot more to stuff, and that was a good observation there. Don't dive. I appreciate that. Hold on a minute. I don't know what this is doing. Again, I was trying to show. I gotta let it get away from me though. Like where this camera was is like right here. Okay. How did it see these cars, but did not see this man walking up this road? If that's who it was and how it happened. Okay. It saw Betsy's car come and go. It saw other vehicles, but it didn't see him. I struggle with that. I'm sorry, but I do. Because it's right here. Wide open area. I don't get it. Sorry. I just don't get it. A lot of questions, guys. A whole lot of questions. And at this point, zero justice. And I have a bad feeling that there will be any. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I want there to be nothing but absolute 100% true justice in this case for these girls and their families. But damn, the way this is going, it's hard to say that I think it's going to happen. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, what did I just do? Oh my gosh. What did I do? Hold on. Mears Farm is in here, guys, and I wanted you guys to see it real quick. Where the hell did it go? Oh, hold on. More music. 1 second. What did I just do to this?
I don't know.
Uh,
You're at the controls, not me.
I know that. Funny. Let me get back to where I was. I bumped something and it messed everything up. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, here. They said it was preposterous, utterly absurd, and ridiculous. Then we said it's entirely possible. I guess I'll let that one play because it's not regular music. Sorry. Then they said, prove it with the evidence. And then we said it's entirely possible. And the link was easily found, right? These are the things. And they said the source must be lying. And we showed them the source. This is a grandmother to one of the girls. Said, yes, I did appraise that house, but for the owner, I did the appraisal strictly for a lender. I did not appraise the house days prior. It was 2 months prior and had no interest in buying that property, nor did I know the owner. And I don't think that has any bearing on any of this. So I'm trying to skip through to certain things that I was trying to get to.
Again, this is very strategic. And
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have to point this out every time I see this now. Just to remind everybody, these two people, the one on the ends, both ends, to me, look just like two other people that I specifically, I have no doubt in my mind. To me, that's exactly who they look like. And it's not Richard Allen. I'm sorry, but it's not.
Strategic. And I really believe
if you give this goatee, just like with time, like any beard, they grow longer. Let this out a little bit longer. Gee, guys, I showed you who that looked like to me. That's who I think it is. I've gone
that eventually
there's no ways about it. That's exactly who I think it is. And I think the younger picture was that same person's son.
Yep.
That's me personally. Nobody has to agree with me. Just telling you those are my thoughts. And that right there was why, because we looked at that. If you look at this, where did it go? This is what I pointed out the other day. Well, last week. This man's nose is very, very evident. And when we looked at those pictures of the real person, that nose, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm sorry. And the hat, there's the hair, there's the nose. That nose is the nose. I'm sorry. That's what did it for me, was seeing that nose and staring at it for a couple hours, telling you guys. And if you look at Richard Allen's nose, I don't even know how the hell they got to that point with that, because it doesn't match up at all. I know it's funny. But I'm just saying, it's a fact. It's a fact. Richard Allen's got some little binky dinky nose, okay? This is definitely very, very evident what it is, folks. Sorry. Yes, SRB, that's what I'm talking about, hon. Can you guys tell the difference in the two pictures here? You see what they're doing? I wish they would. I wish I had a program to do it. I would take that picture and I would add the long goatee to it. Look at that.
They could be family members.
Imagine that, like father and son, maybe. Same thing I thought. Kara says, "Do you think they put the first sketch out to scare that individual?" I don't know. But I still would like to know why we waited 2 years to put the second one out. Seriously.
So what were these sketches taken from?
Witnesses that saw what they said they saw that day. And that's what they came up with. Who are we talking about? Yeah, that's what made the decision for me, because I went back and stared at Richard Allen's face. Then I went back and stared at BH's face. Then I went back and stared at the sketch. Then I went back and stared at them all. And I kept looking at the nose. I even called my wife, my mother-in-law, 2 of my sons, and I said, "You tell me who you think that is in that sketch out of all these pictures." Every single one of them pointed to BH. Every single one of them. I was quite impressed with that one. They had never had any idea who I was looking at or talking about. And then I went and pulled up a picture of Junior, BH Junior, and she was like, "Oh yeah." So anyway, let me pull that down for a minute so I can pull this up. 1 second here. Let me get down there.
Sketch 2 came from Betsy Blair's description.
Betsy, yeah. Sorry, that was a question I didn't answer. My apologies. Do you want me to pull this up and play this, Salty? Is that why you said that? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Do you want me to play this, Salty? The video itself? Oh, the pics? All I got is the...
It was in your DM.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's what I'm in. I got the murder sheet thing I got, and then at the bottom I got... Hold on. Oh, the witness, Betsy Blair's It didn't send. Okay, then that's why I'm not seeing it. That makes sense. I'll give you guys this other thing though, because I also got something else I wanted to go into with you. Betsy Blair's witness details, and that's who gave the younger sketch. Okay, what the hell? I'm backwards. That's why I'm getting confused. You flipped us around. You're a funny person. Right. No problem.
I just kicked you out.
You're good. So I'm gonna read this to you guys real quick while we're waiting on that, if I can. Wait a minute. I'll save that. Or will it not let me? Damn it, Jim. Let me see what happened. Did it save it just like that? Please tell me it did. Oh, come on. Ah, bingo. Good stuff. Good. I think. Let's see if it just shows that. Or is it going to show the whole thing? Of course, it's going to show the whole thing. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Why don't have a better case with the evidence available so far, and why isn't there a load of DNA evidence from the scene? That's a good question, isn't it?
It's the $1 million question.
It's one of them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Okay, let me see now. Can I shut this down? Okay, drag this over here. Yep. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Now, this was the written affidavit of Betsy Blair's witness detail. Okay. Now, you guys tell me. All right. Betsy Blair's witness details. She is seen on video at Hoosier Harbor Store at 300 North, traveling eastbound at 14620. As she's driving under the railroad bridge, she sees the group of girls, Anna Spath, Brianne Wilbur, Riley Voorhees, walking above. Riley, maybe, I'm sorry. After passing the Hoosier Harbor Store, she parked at the trailhead entrance from the Mears residence. In her interview, there are no other cars at the trailhead entrance at that time. She walked to the Mononai Bridge, and a male matching the male from Liberty's video. I know this sentence makes no sense, but that's word for word what Liggett typed in his affidavit. She described him as wearing blue jeans and a blue jean jacket. Okay, hear that. Blue jean jacket. She said the male was standing on the first platform of the Mononai Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. The man she observed on the high bridge around 2 p.m. turned into sketch number 2, released April of 2022. That's the younger sketch, okay? This sketch was completed February 17th, 2017, but not released to the public until April 22nd of 2022. In what investigation have you ever seen a witness sketch released 2 years after the fact?
All of them.
What the hell? I mean, what? Okay, and that is definitely a jean jacket, is not a blue jacket like we saw on Bridge Guy. So, okay. And we know that Liggett lied about things. That's understandable. I get that too. So now
4 years.
I'm sorry.
Isn't 17 to 22 4 years?
17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 22. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry. What was I thinking of? 2 years, 4 years, 4 years. 17 to 20. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. 4 years. Wow. Okay. So again, that's even worse. Sorry about that. Sorry. My apologies. So she told the sketch artist that the man she observed was a white male, age 20. Does Ron Logan look like he would be 20 years old to you? That would be very clear. Does Brad Holder look 20 years old to you? No. That would be very clear. Does Richard Allen look 20 years old? No. That's very clear as well. A younger 20-year-old kid looks 20 years old, period. 5 years, actually. Listed he actually counted up to 5 years. So yeah, that's not 2 years. I'm sorry. I lied to you guys. I'm so sorry about that.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
I get things confused, guys. I'm sorry. None of them look 20 years old, guys. None of the people that were persons of interest look 20 years old, except for this kid. Why wasn't this kid brought out a long time ago? I guess 5 years beforehand now. Thank you, Licity. My math is not working. I'm definitely not calculating. My calculator's broke. Sorry. So he had brown curly hair. Richard Allen doesn't have curly hair. Medium build. Richard Allen is not medium. He's big, but short. Okay. Upon looking at the sketch, she told the sketch artist that the illustration was of a 10 out of 10 for accuracy. That's pretty damn good. On March 7th of 2019, she met with Tony Liggett and Kevin Hammond face-to-face, frustrated that her sketch number 2 had not been released to the public. She was frustrated because sketch number 1 did not match the man she observed on the bridge. That's amazing to me. She even commented that the sketch 1 was wrong. At this interview, she told Tony Liggett face-to-face that the man she observed on the High Monon Bridge fit the following description. The man was slender and youthful looking. He was more boyish looking. The man was in his 20s to early 30s. His hair seemed poofy, just as the sketch portrayed. He had no facial hair that she can remember. Can I tell you guys who had curly, poofy looking hair? The boyfriend. Guess who the boyfriend is? BH, Brad Holder's son. Okay? That's who had poofy, curly looking hair. Just telling you. So anyway.
You have bushy eyebrows too?
And he didn't drive an Elantra either, so.
Darn it. Can't connect them.
Right. Betsy said she had a good look at the man's face while stationary from only 50 feet away. That's not that far, folks. You could clearly see somebody. She turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. Approximately halfway between the bridge and the main hub of the trail, she passed 2 girls walking towards the high bridge. She believes that this was Liberty and Abby. She finished her walk and is seen on the Hoosier Harbor Store leaving westbound at 14:14 hours, which is 2:14 p.m. The defense has determined that it takes approximately 36 seconds to drive to the old CPS parking lot from the Hoosier Harbor Store camera. She saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. She was leaving. She noted a vehicle parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Services building. Now, for what reason? It's okay. You don't have to apologize for that. You need to be what you need to be. So the girls specifically wanted to go there that day, and when they had her drop them off there, to me, that tells me that one or both of them wanted to go meet somebody. Why would you pick that? You had a day off from school. You have nothing else to do. They're teenage girls. One has a boyfriend. I don't know how her parents or grandparents or whatever were with her being in with this guy. Okay. We don't know. That's not my business. I don't need to know that. But I know that if my kids were that age and had a boyfriend that age, or they thought they were going to have a boyfriend that age, I'd have made a big deal about it. And they wouldn't have told me. They've hidden things from me before when they were younger because they knew my reaction. So without saying that I'm going to go meet this person at the bridge. We just want to go hang and walk. It's going to be fun. We have a day off. Let's go. Not to tell anybody they were going to meet somebody or they were lured there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought. That's what I think happened. That's why I think that sketch is so damn important. Oh, I do, Micro. Hold on. I'll show you. That sketch to me is the one that should be being looked at before anything. And that's the thing, SRB. I know my daughters did. They both did. But they knew that I would have probably tried to kill him or really embarrassed them if I would have known about it. They would have never done it. They'd have never got away with it because I'd have went nuts. So kids hide things like that from their parents. It's normal, okay? That's why nobody said, we're going to go meet this guy. They just said, can we go here? There it is. That's my opinion. I'm just telling you. So 1 second here. Let me check to see if that other stuff went through that she was trying to send me now.
What's his son's first name?
Logan.
That's right.
They didn't go through yet, Salty. I don't know why. Okay, so here's the other side to it. This went along with Betsy as well. So this is in this same, okay, it's in the PCA thing. So she stated it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there where this one vehicle was parked, but it was odd that it was backed in near the building. So be it, whatever, okay? That's not even what my issue is. Liggett specifically mentions that Betsy saw a vehicle, but chose to leave out any description that she provided about the vehicle, other than how and where it was parked. According to Liggett's own report, Betsy described the car parked at the CPS, laugh out loud, Jesus. At the CPS, I really need new glasses. At the CPS lot at 2:15 p.m. as a 1965 Comet that her father once owned. The shape of the car had sharper angles. Well, does everybody know what a Ford Focus looks like? It ain't like that, okay? Betsy provided a sketch of the side profile of the car, and she observed at the CPS park lot. Jesus, hold on. At the CPS lot at 2:15 p.m. Can't talk today, sorry. This sketch looks nothing like the side profile of Richard Allen's black Ford Focus. She told Liggett that the car she saw was not black. Okay, not black. It was shown a picture of the individual on the Mountain High Bridge, and she says that the same individuals that she witnessed on the trails and on the bridge. So there's more things here that were lied about. The car doesn't even match. And okay, I mean, come on. It doesn't make any sense. So let me show you guys something here. I feel like Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something. Hold on. And this is what kills me. Oh, Mama Clue's in here. Good to see you. Exactly. Okay, let me back this up for real quick here. And this description is because she knew what she was looking at because her father had one, okay? 1 second here. Let's go with this. Hold up. What's going on? There it is. Maybe. I had to find it. Okay, and I'm just gonna go. I'm even gonna go with this color, even though she said it wasn't this color. This is a 1965 Comet, folks. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1965 Comet. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something else. 1 second here. Remember that picture. That is a Ford Focus. Do those two cars, black, do those two cars look anything alike? Even this much? Anybody at all? Do they look alike?
No, not even close. Unless the first one. No, never mind.
Two different vehicles, completely different body styles, completely different shapes. The sharper angles, okay. There's nothing sharp on this car, guys. It's all rounded because it's newer. Okay. And I even got the right color. Doesn't look anything like that other car. So that, yeah, the math is not mathing. And it ain't even me that's screwing it up this time. It's them. So just saying, I wanted you guys to see that. Okay. I just don't understand. And I'm going to pull this other picture up that I want y'all to see. Did those pictures go through, Salty, or did you having a problem with it? Hold on. Nope, they didn't go through. Goodness gracious. Hold on a minute.
Government had to stop them and read them before they sent them on.
I'm going to show you a whole bunch of pictures here real quick. Why did I just cancel that? That was dumb. Okay. All right, fellas. Thank you for joining us. So, Mr. Ron Logan. We all know who this is, Mr. Richard Allen. Okay. Brad Holder. These three right here are the three that have been talked about the most, okay? There is a somewhat resemblance in these two, but remember the nose? See the nose?
Yep.
Telling you. Okay? My opinion is this one right here. This is who I think that is on the bridge. Personally, you don't have to agree with me. That's my personal opinion. The one I definitely don't think it is this one right here. That's my opinion again. You don't have to agree with me, but I don't believe that that's him. And she grew up around the Comet. And that's what I said. You can pull, if she knows what that car looks like, okay? She knows exactly what that car is just from looking at it because she grew up around it, like Sleuthy just said. So to pinpoint a car like that and know exactly what it is, to not say, oh, it could be an Impala or it could be a No, she knew exactly what it was. To the point. There it is. Okay. That's pretty detailed, folks. Yeah, definitely nobody can mistake Richard Allen's car for a muscle car. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, I was having connections. Oh, okay, you're fine, hon. No worries. No worries. Just telling you guys, this is who I think this is. That for a lot of reasons, not just the sketch. Okay. Now moving on, I'm gonna show you another one. I just want you guys to get these little pictures in your head for a reason. And then I have something else to show you. One second here.
Why did the kid's name have to be Logan? Because everything I pull up keeps Logan Paul, Logan Paul. I'm like, dude.
Because you're on YouTube.
No.
Hold up. Well, it's not going to let me do that. Just give me a second, guys. All right, let me get this up here. Come on, work with me here. It doesn't want to work with me. Why would it do that? Things don't go that way. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where is the picture? Hold up. Good Lord, I can't find it.
Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. I think
What's the matter?
Koberger will go to trial before this one does.
Yeah. I can agree. The way it's looking.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't, though. Not at all. Come on now. Help me out here. It's not working with me. Good to see you, Angel D. Thank you for joining me. That's a good point, too. So a judge signed off on probable cause to search Holder and Westfall's phones, and law enforcement, then they never served them. Surprise. I'll be right back.
Hmm. Mm.
All right. Never fails. All right. Are you still here, Bear Bear?
Yep.
All right. This is I showed this picture before. This is an interesting picture to me. Does it look like anybody you've seen before? Recently? Take the glasses off. Let me see if I can find a. This is sunglasses. Well, there's glasses. Let's do this one. These pictures remind me of the younger sketch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So, just saying, you guys. The roundness of the face. No, I know that, Teresa. I know. There's a family resemblance, is what I'm saying. That's all. It just was interesting to me. No, that's definitely not Logan. Okay. I just wanted somebody to look at that other because it really did match up to me in a little bit of a way. Didn't even just lose their interviews, but everyone interviewed the first week, which includes family. That's a good point too. Well, they had to make it look good. Yes, Jacqueline. Almost makes me wonder. Now if we go to hold on here.
Oh, I just ran across a Facebook page that I hadn't checked on for a while, which is the Cairo Jordan case. I don't think his mom. I still don't think his mom's been caught. Remember
No.
Cairo Jordan?
Oh yeah, that's been
Little boy
quite a
found in the
while.
suitcase.
They still haven't picked her up. I thought they had her already.
They had the
Right.
aunt or the friend that said she was the aunt, something like that, but not her.
Interesting. Well, I can't find that other picture right now. I wanted Salty's having connection issues. It's okay though. All right, guys. Just realized how long we've been live. I'm gonna have to break it down here in a minute, but we'll be doing more of this week. I just want to do ongoing panels on, or not panels, but conversations on this. Hold on a minute here. Have you guys listen to that one more time? Tell me what you think.
Police are.
One thing I'm going to say that I truly think there's more than one person involved in this, which would very easily make it simple for more than one person to be in that situation there. Okay? So remember that too. So it was great to have you here, Mama Bear.
Yeah,
Does
it was
anybody
good.
have any what'd you say?
I said it was good being here.
When can you be here again?
Let me hold on. Let me look at my schedule.
Tomorrow.
What? No, I definitely can't tomorrow or Wednesday.
Stop swearing at me.
But
I think I might be back here late tonight, by the way, guys. Because I feel that energy flowing. We'll see if it's still there tonight, but I think I will.
possibly Thursday and or Friday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Does anybody have anything to add to this before we bring her down? She'll pencil me in somewhere. I'd love to have you up here, Sleuthy, and talking about this, what your side of this is. If you get some chance somewhere, because I know you're a busy lady, but I'd love to hear your side of this, Sleuthy. I really, really would. If you can pencil me into your schedule. Would you quit? She's right outside. Good Lord, this dog's freaking out because he can't get to her. But yeah, I'll be back in here tonight, you guys. I don't know what we're doing, but I'll be here because I'm pumped and ready to go. Thank you for joining me, Sleuthy, Salty, Clue. Thank you for being here as well. I hope you're feeling better, dear. I will be here tonight, like I said. For anybody that wants to jump back in and hang out with me tonight, I appreciate you. And again, Mama Bear, it was wonderful to have you here. I appreciate you.
Yep.
I will, Sleuthy. If you can do that, then yeah, I would love to have you come in and jump up here and have a whole convo. Truthfully, that would be awesome. I don't know for sure what we're doing tonight, but I may jump back in and finish this up, some more of this. So if you're around later, Sleuthy, and you're not busy, and you see the title, then yeah, come on in. Please do. I'd love to hear it because I know I like everything you have on Twitter with this is awesome. She's just awesome in general, you guys. But with the Delphi case, she's in there head first. So right along with Salty and all the other peeps that are in this one, we need to get it out there though. So, bye. She said bye, Cletus style. Bye. Bye. But I know you'll probably be in what's up, shenanigans. You'll probably be in bed tonight, but that's okay.
Yep,
I'll
probably.
take you when I can get you. I'm grateful. Everybody else in here, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you. I missed you guys. That's why I'm doing another one tonight because I missed you guys that much. So it'll probably be around 8:30 tonight. I'll put a little thing out to show you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Mama Burr, and get some rest tonight. She'll probably be in the chat anyway, guys. She always does that.
Yeah, probably. Till I fall asleep and then
Yep.
my husband starts yelling at me.
Yep. Absolutely. So thank you all so very much. Love you guys. Thank you for jumping up here. Don't dive and putting your opinion out as well. I'm right there with you. Guys, don't forget to love yourselves, love each other, and don't change a thing about yourselves because you are all the beautiful people, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.